Hello, this is Michael, atheist and alcoholic. I am attempting 90 AA meetings in 90 days. Nothing discussed in these videos will ever undermine the anonymity of AA. So, back to the big book, I guess. I've said multiple times in last couple videos, I'm gonna bullet point the arguments as best I can make of them. I started looking at, there's only a little bit more of chapter 4 to atheists and agnostics. I don't know how to bullet point this. I don't know how to make sense of it. I also haven't made the time to sit down and really think through how this could be condensed into actual arguments, if they can at all. So I'm just gonna read the next couple paragraphs. And the author says, "We were squarely confronted with the question of faith. We couldn't duck the issue. Some of us had already walked far over the bridge of reason toward the desired shore of faith. The outlines and the promise of the new land had brought luster to tired eyes and fresh courage to flagging spirits. Friendly hands stretched out in welcome. We were grateful that reason with a capital R, by the way, like God, reason had brought us so far, but somehow we couldn't quite step ashore. Perhaps we had been leaning too heavily on reason that last mile, and we did not like to lose our support. That was natural, but let us think a little more closely. Without knowing it, had we not been brought to where we stood by a certain kind of faith? For did we not believe in our own reasoning? Did we not have confidence in our ability to think? What was that but a sort of faith?" Yes, sorry. "Yes, we had been faithful, abjectly faithful to the God of reason. So in one way or another, we discovered that faith had been involved all the time." I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Fuck. I don't know. No, I mean, yes, you could have reasoned incorrectly. I was so good at rationalizing my way back to the bottom of a bottle, for sure. But it's different than faith, because if you're really trying to be reasonable, you're testing your assertions. There's evidence, one way or another, that what you've reasoned to be true is either true or is not. By definition, faith is something you have to accept without evidence. That's what faith is. So, no, I don't think I don't know how to bullet point that. But one thing does stand out, kind of in relation to what we talked about tonight. Tonight was meeting 32, and I can no longer just glance at the calendar, at the date, and know exactly what day I'm on, because it's a new month. So I guess that's a milestone of sorts. Tonight was meeting 32. Yes, 32. And the topic was on relationships. So something I've talked about in these videos before is that one of the main things I had to learn out of the gate, that I had to, when I first got sober, keep doing what was necessary to regain trust, independent on whether or not there was any evidence that trust was being regained. So I guess I was having faith. But eventually there was evidence that trust had been regained, at least to some degree, as much as it can. I think there will always be concerns that I could relapse again, as there should be. But yeah, I've talked about that before. One of the things, though, that stood out is if you are currently struggling with your recovery and your significant other or anybody in your family does not struggle with addiction, they've never been thrust into the consequences of somebody else dealing with addiction and they just can't understand it. My better half, Susie, she went to a handful of smart friends and family meetings. Alcoholics Anonymous has Al-Anon. If you can convince them to go to something of the sort, it could be helpful, because they can't comprehend that we just can't stop doing the thing that we don't want to do, the thing that we say that we don't want to do, and that we mean it, we really fucking mean it, and yet we just can't stop. For Susie, I think, and she could correct me, but that it took some time for her to realize that it wasn't something that I was doing to her. I think that's true for a lot of people dealing with family members who struggle with addiction. So those are great resources. Al-Anon, people swear by that. I've never been to an Al-Anon meeting. Smart Friends and Family is extremely helpful. So those are options. Another thing, one thing that stood out in this couple of paragraphs I just read is, where was it? Friendly hands stretched out and welcome. So if you are struggling and not getting as much support as you would like from your immediate family or extended family in any capacity, one thing I can say about Alcoholics Anonymous is that there is support there, 100%. For all of my problems with some of the philosophy, relationships are an important part of recovery, and they do. The meetings I've been to, I can't speak for all, maybe it's different in different cities, but in spite of the fact that I've been very openly about some of my qualms with the higher power and the assertion that this is the only path to recovery, the fact that I am very openly an atheist and used another program to get sober, they've been extremely welcoming. So yeah. I kind of just tapered off. I've said it before, they do community very well. They will welcome you with open hands, and some people, that can make the difference between them staying sober or not, regardless of what philosophical differences they have with the program. So in that case, for a large number of people, if there are not secular programs available in your area, 100% better than nothing. That's all I have for tonight. Who wants to go for a walk? Shy, want to go for a walk? Come here. Who wants to go for a walk? We'll see you guys here again tomorrow. We'll say hi, Shy. Come on. Come on. Come on, guys. Yeah. Oh, I should. Oh, God, kisses. All right, see you guys here again tomorrow.